Good evening, boys. Thanks for the follow. I don't think I've ever had anybody follow me before I started streaming. Thanks, much appreciated. Wow. So I am thinking, well, honestly, I'm not thinking a lot. But the plan should be that we finish the campaign today. I just woke up from a very hearty nap. And now it's almost bedtime.
Blood. He's here somewhere.
So I think we can finish this and then yeah, have some fun. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Running and face us, Eru.
Oh yeah, I have forgotten about Eru's betrayal.
There will be time enough for that, my friend.
We aren't friends. You've made that more than clear.
What did he give you to betray us, Eru? Was it worth it?
Mephisto has sworn to spare all that I love from what is to come. Even knowing I will never see it, I would not unmake my choices.
Interesting, he's
Can't
trust the
trust
demon.
Mephisto to keep his promises. He will break this deal the first chance he gets. It isn't too late. Just tell us what you did with the stone and the body. We can still make this right.
I have not come here to make this right. There is no making this right. There is only what you are owed. A reckoning.
That's an interesting concept.
I have chosen to break your trust. And every day I live, I must choose to do it again. And I say to you that I am not that strong.
Enough of this. Stop making excuses.
Here is what you want then. Here is your vengeance. Come and take it!
What the fuck? When did she become a sorcerer?
He picked a fight he knew he wouldn't win. Bringing Mephisto into the vault nearly killed him. And when it didn't, he asked us to finish him. To end his pain.
You're sure this is the right move? Letting him go?
I know how it feels. To carry the guilt of hurting someone. And I know too well what it's like to wrestle with the Lord of Hatred.
He's not dead?
Eru made the only choice he thought he could. It's infuriating. It's crushing. But he's already done the worst he can do to us. Let him wrestle with himself now. It's what Akath would want. If we kill him, we rob him of the choice to be better. It's time we return to the Horadric Vault. It might have something, anything, that could help us against Mephisto.
That's cool. And we go up. Oh, that's far away. What the? That's way further away than I thought. Okay. What was the plan? I guess we were doing this. And it's really no... this for survivability. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Anything else? This reduces the cooldown slightly, but not really worth it. Bone skills, meh. And then, yeah, one of these might be worth it in the end, but maybe it doesn't even matter. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay, let's try that. What is this? Realm Auger. Okay, yeah. We'll have time for that at some point. Ooh, the good old base game. I kind of like when they include like previous previous content into new content, so it's not, so it doesn't become completely deprecated.
You used to sing me a song. I can almost remember it sometimes.
That must be her mother's grave.
It's gone. Like you never sang it at all. Maybe everything before Mephisto is distant. A dream that turned out to be my life. I remember she loved me. And that's enough. It needs to be enough. We came here for a reason. Knowledge. The vault's bound to have something we can use against Mephisto. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Let's get it. I'm really looking forward to seeing Mephisto in the final fight. I really hope we get the same design as Diablo 2. But maybe they made him even cooler. Hey, Sophia Park. What's up?
Let's take a look
How you
around.
doing?
He may have left something useful behind.
Okay. Just clicking random things.
Lorath left a letter for you.
I thought he might.
Sounds a little bit arrogant. Like, not very appreciative yet, yeah.
I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
my corpse.
Thought he would.
From my mouth crawled hatred.
I recognize this. Rathma's prophecy. Lorath always dismissed it. What would change his mind?
Can't believe you actually found her.
Who are you?
Prava?
Friend of a friend.
Does she know this place? Like I guess. Oh, now. Oh, I thought it was Prava, and I couldn't understand why she knew how to get here.
I've been following you since you arrived in the peaks. On Prava's behalf. She wants to see you.
Prava's knights hunted Neyrelle across half of Sanctuary. Do you take us for fools?
I would have asked the same. Not so long ago. Then Prava saved my life. She's changed. Or maybe the world has. Either way, give her a chance. She's waiting for you at Laura's place.
We can't keep running. Let's hear what Prava has to say.
Yeah. Raynut. It's easiest just to go from here. Let's go. What is this, an ice demon or something? Have I seen that before? What do we have? Sigil crafting, gem crafting. Neither is important right now. Maybe we can upgrade the potion. Have I collected enough plants? No.
I cannot make this right now.
It looks like that. Can I make some plants or something? Transportation. Wait, what?
I cannot make this right now.
Was some kind of transportation or something where you could change materials into others, but maybe I'm misremembering. Is that another game? No, I'm quite sure it was Diablo. How did I lose Skelly?
A wanderer and a heretic both. Welcome.
If something happens.
I'll be ready.
I forgot about the spirit wolf.
Urivar is dead. By your hand?
Yes.
Good. Easier to obscure your part in his death than hers. Neyrelle, the Church has been searching for you for quite some time.
I'm aware.
Such a chill, and so near the hearth. I didn't want this war with you, child. We are enemies of circumstance. But circumstances can change.
Why are we here, Prava? Would you have us beg forgiveness?
Perhaps someday. But in this moment, I only ask for peace. Inarius' death cracked the foundation of our faith. Urivar's actions tore those cracks asunder. If the cathedral is to survive, it will need my full attention. And even though you no longer carry the stone, you are not relieved. The threat of the Lord of Hatred remains.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Then we have a shared enemy. Let our feud be over. In time, when word spreads, you, all of you, will be friends of the Church once more. I swear it.
That seemed easy.
May the Father's light shine on us all.
Sophia Park, you sell art. I'm not interested in seeing a portfolio, to be honest, but I would like your opinions on what you would make for me. Like, if you were to make a logo and so on, what would it be? What would the style of the banner be and so on? Hey, Fintus, welcome, man. Happy to have you dropping by. Yeah, I napped a little bit, so I just woke up. So I thought now was a perfect time to start a stream.
A friend of the Church. Lorath won't know what to do with himself. Are you okay?
Yes. I was just thinking about something Eru told me once. You must remember the home you saved. Hold it close to your breast, because it's the only thing you have.
You have saved more than one home, my friend. Not everything he told you was a lie.
It was just a short nap.
Why
Yes.
did he do it?
And now it's soon bedtime,
Did we push him to this?
so I can go from napping to sleeping.
No,
Brilliant.
this is on Mephisto. I know how he works. He shows us truths so deep and
Oh, you have a
terrifying
much needed day off
that it
tomorrow.
makes
That's
us
really
question
nice.
our choices, ourselves, our friends. If he can make us hate who we are, his work is nearly done.
That's what he's been doing to us all this time.
But it didn't work on you. And because of that, I am free of the stone. And we are standing here together, ready to face whatever comes next.
Neyrelle, promise me something.
Anything.
When we find Mephisto, you let me be the one to kill him.
The voice acting inside is weirdly stilted, like there's an unnatural pause between it, but ooh, a real
They're
cutscene.
all villains in someone else's story.
Ooh!
The Haradrim know this better than anyone. We've all made hard choices to protect what we love. Choices that seem necessary, even righteous in the moment. But the Lord of Hatred excels at turning the blade of righteousness back into our guts just to hear us scream.
Oh shit.
The choices we made in hell had aftershocks we are only now beginning to understand. How would history paint us for the path we'd taken? How would it paint Eru? Eru made his choice out of love and despair. I can hate him and still understand why he did it. And how it made him the devil's perfect tool. Another twist to the blade of righteousness. Perhaps Eru believed it was all worth it. The Hantu and the spirit realm were spared from Mephisto's touch.
Is this the end?
But that only meant they were cursed to watch the rest of the world wither.
Please don't say this is the end. Then I'm gonna flip the
age of
table.
hatred to come.
Like this must be some time lapse, and then like 10 years later, then we go kill Mephisto or something. This isn't the end of the campaign.
Akath, beloved shepherd of the light. After an eternity of vigilance, you are
Let's go.
betrayed, and by your own flock. Pity. Now the wolf shall rise anew.
Come on, I wanna see Mephisto. Make him cool. No! Surprisingly holy looking.
Trapped in the
Okay, that is Jesus.
I shall walk amongst the innocent,
This is just Jesus arisen.
and there will be no salvation in the light.
Not bad, not bad. Oh, another level. This game is so easy.
Hail, wanderer.
How does your schedule work, Fintus? Like, or is it like a vacation day you've taken tomorrow and then you have a long weekend? Or do you have like a randomized days off?
I was sent by Ormus. He asks that you visit him. He has need of your skills.
I'm really looking forward to December. I've spent almost all of my holidays then. So I will have most of December off. Like almost an entire month where I don't have to work. It's gonna be so good. So excited. I've taken almost no vacation this year, so it's also much needed. And I have no plans for what I'm gonna do in December, except for not working. A long weekend. Most of your workdays are 9 hours and 15 minutes. Oh, so you have about 2 extra days off a 3-week period. Ah, that's interesting. That's nice. That's really cool. And then you just work like normal weekdays. That's a very interesting number because I think I don't know how security guards mostly work in Denmark, but I know my friend is like, he does some security work for the military, and they have 12-hour shifts, I believe. But there are some stupid rules working for the military in Denmark at least, so he works 12 hours for 3 days, and then he has 4 days off, and then he does it again for 3 days, and then he has 5 or 6 days off or something like that, because some of those 12 hours are outside of normal work hours, and that means it counts as like overtime, but the military will not pay out overtime, so they just give you holidays. And that overtime is calculated as 1.5 or something like that. So for every 4 hours he's working overtime, which he has to do in the 12-hour area most of the time, he gets 6 hours off. So every week he earns 18 hours of like paid leave. and that translates to 2 work days. So it's like, it's quite interesting.
Ormus sees you. He sees all the good you have done, and that you are desperate to pursue the Lord of Hatred. But Mephisto's plans have yet to be revealed. The threat he poses is no longer an immediate one. Ormus and Nahantu have need of you. Eru's betrayal is a fresh wound, but others have been harmed by his actions. Not only did we lose Maka, may her soul find peace, but Eru was a revered elder. The people of Nahantu grieve all they have lost. Nahantu needs to remember hope, friend. They need a hero. Ormus asks, what is a hero without those who push them to be heroic? You must gather your allies.
It's interesting that Eru was a revered elder, because I never really got that sense when he was speaking to these guys. He always felt like an outsider and someone like who was semi-respected but who wasn't recognized, if that makes sense. And he never like took place and sat down, but they always kept a chair open, so I did think it would be his place. Yeah, it was a little hidden, or not that well messaged.
You fight well, Raheir.
I fought even better with 2 arms.
No,
Sorry, I did not mean.
I'm joking, Subo.
that's funny.
Thank you for the kind words.
Your daughter's here.
Ah, so she is. It's time she learned this part of the trade. The Pale Hand had a reputation. We never commanded the resources of the wolves, so we had to make do. We'd fight someone else's battles and take what their enemies left behind.
You were looters.
And I'm in good company, eh? And a
Don't look down on looters.
Keep an eye out.
They're just heroically cleaning up the world of all the trash left behind by others.
Coins daubed with chalk dust. Careful, friend. It shows you're one of us now.
Mercenaries trade their loot against pale marks. You can earn pale marks by gaining mercenary report and by completing events with a mercenary. Mercenaries will barter their loot in exchange for pale marks. Unlock bartering upgrades by getting...
All these numbers are so boring.
They're just as important to a smith as a hammer. You'll never make a living if you don't learn how to balance a book, Faye.
Improve your bartering
I guess.
potential by increasing mercenaries. So, I have these 50 coins, I can see. I think it doesn't make sense to spend them now when I'm not max level. What do you want me to do? Recruit all mercenaries? Yeah, that's not gonna happen right now. So I think we'll just come back here later.
I need more time.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't expect that kind of damage all of a sudden.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Wondrous pains. The fuck? Campaign quest. So now I need all of the champions? Quest and nameless and slayers, okay. Then let's do that, I guess. didn't expect I had to find all of the companions. But I was gonna do it at some point anyway, so let's get it done. Okay, it looks fast. Gotta go fast, Sanic. Oh yeah, I saw something interesting. I have to remember that for later. My theory is that a Vessel of Hatred is not a financial success. Based on the player numbers.
I need more time.
Okay. 2 seconds, let me just pull up the Steam chart and then I just have this for us to look at later. There we go. I think it's up there I need to go. Let's try that instead.
That must be the tunnel's entrance.
Oh god, I was like 5 centimeters away from seeing it. I've been thinking about doing a hard mode run in Core Keeper. Just because I really like that game. I want to play more of it.
No! Stay back!
Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Pick up the ragged toy.
What is this?
Okay, so this is the any, not any character. Okay, there.
I'm not ready yet.
Follow the mysterious demon, okay. Where are you, demon? What? What? I ran right past this. Why didn't it trigger? Okay, slay the demons. We slay demons. Oh, that seemed like a bad time to adjust my sounds. I was a little bit too overconfident.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, come on, boys, get him. We move on to the next place.
This must be it.
Okay, so I just need to click all the things. Yeah, come on, Annie, not Annie. Male Annie.
I don't want to hurt you. Don't touch that. You can't have any. No! I warned you.
So far, I don't really understand this storyline. Like, we're hunting a demon, he sends demons to kill us, and we're basically just bullying a child, looking through all of his journals and diaries. And hey, if it works, it works.
My son, don't blame yourself. I know you can't control your powers. Never doubt that I love you, and will always love you. My only regret is I taught you shame and fear. I should have never hidden you away from the world. They should see what a beautiful, brave soul you are. Please, don't repeat my mistakes. All my love. Da.
Da. Ooh.
Leave!
Demon child!
Get out! Before there's only pieces of you left.
What have you done with the boy?
He's dead. I tore him apart.
Where did you get that?
You're a child. Is this yours?
It was a gift from Father. Please.
Where is he?
How does he get
You
food?
can't leave a child alone. Please, come with me.
You saw what happened. And I get scared. The monsters appear.
I know a place where you wouldn't need to be scared. There are good people, but you must give them the chance to show you.
And you? You'll be there too?
Hmm.
Of course I will.
I feel like a lot of these storylines deserves a lot more time, but they just compact them into like nonsensical,
He leads a group of mercenaries.
unbelievable
Pale.
big passages.
Find him. He'll have a place for you.
All right. I'll meet you there.
Hej skat. Åh, op til mig. Tomorrow. We're doing this one, Temple of Rot. Noise. Like this storyline was did with this child, it could be evolved over so much longer, where you earn his trust and you do things like to make him trust you, and you understand. Like, and you start to trust this demon child, even though you've been fighting demons all your life. So you should also be a bit distrustful of him, right? But instead it's just like, oh, you have my teddy, okay, I trust you now. Will you take care of me for the rest of my life? It just happens so fast and so unnaturally that it is a little bit hard to believe. And they could do better by just by expanding it. But maybe they're afraid of it going too slow and being too boring.
Evil has made this place
Up
its
with your
lair.
trust him here. We need to kill these suckers. So let's start by doing that. Sucker killing.
I need more time.
Okay. I need a lot more defensive skills. I can see my hit points just drop like 50% all of a sudden. It's kind of like the same mistake I made in Path of Exile. I guess history is doomed to repeat itself. Can you please kill that egg? Okay, okay.
Light above. The stench. How long have they worshipped this corpse?
So we just kill a lot of these things, and then we'll be happy.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
I do so little damage compared to my pet.
You've trespassed into the temple of the Great God, the Devourer! Die!
Devourer. Who could that be? Oh, that's a doll. What's going on?
I need more time.
Over here! Help!
Surprise inside.
Am I supposed to help people?
I'm not ready yet.
How? Oh, I just go back. Okay, okay. That was my bad. So I go back here, and then I go to here. Okay, okay. I got it. I got it now.
I need more time.
I was out test driving a Hongqi today, which is, well, as you might guess from the name, it's a Chinese car. It was so fucking big, like it's the biggest car I've ever been in. It was 5.2 meters long. It was so, like, it was so stupidly big.
I'm not ready yet.
Compared to how much car you get, it's still relatively cheap. But there was something off about it, like it was unnecessarily big, to be honest. And they really tried to mimic the Rolls Royce kind of look, but they did it in such a let's make the car big to have a big car kind of way, which is just uncomfortable for me to drive in because I'm not used to huge cars like that. And Denmark is not designed for huge cars like that. So I can't imagine trying to park that anywhere in Copenhagen. That would be impossible. Let me see. I think I have a picture. Let me see what I have. Should have a picture of me standing next to it. I'm trying to find something without too much info. Yeah, this can work. Let's see. So, like, I'm not a super tall person. I'm 175, and the car was essentially as tall as I am. And then it's just so fucking huge in the front. And it was so crazy. Let me see, you get a good concept of it here, but I don't want the number plate to show. So let me just remove that. No, you might have seen it a little bit on the other one. Here we go. Like this is so fucking big, man. It is a nice looking car. It does look nice, but like this front part is also just massive, and it is unnecessarily big. But it does look cool. And then the inside is crazy. Let's see. I don't know why I have this picture, but yeah. So this is the inside. So this configuration, it has 7 seats, but these back seats can be folded down. And I wish we had done that before driving, just because it takes a lot of the rear view, I guess. But the cool thing about these seats is they're like electronic, so you just press a button and then they fold down on their own. We tried to do that, but they got stuck on the back seats, so I think you need to like push the back seats forward a little bit, and then you can do it. We weren't aware of that, and we didn't want to spend too much time on it, so we just gave up. But it does still have like a good sized trunk, even with these seats up, and in this huge panorama window. It looks really cool. Me driving, and you can see how much space it has behind. I had a hard time adjusting this. So when I told the dealership that I was like, oh, it's a shame I couldn't adjust the headrest. It was quite uncomfortable, but I think it's broken or something. And like, did you click the button? Oh yeah, I clicked the button. I couldn't get it up and down, but my wife could easily, so I don't know what's wrong. And then he just goes out in the car and he just adjusts it down immediately without any problems. I was like, well, I guess I'm just a retard. Never mind me then. And then just the inside, so you have driving screen here, then you have like navigation screen, and the navigation does not get into the driving screen. That's a little bit of a shame. And then if you get the big model, you have a third screen here just for entertainment for the passenger. And like that's kind of a cute little touch, but it's also a very weird shaped screen. Like it's very wide screen. Like yeah, it must be a little bit weird. And then you have this screen, so in total you can have like 4 screens, which is completely insane. We didn't play around with things too much, and as you can see, I just have my aircon on like the lowest I can. And then me trying to adjust the headrest. And this whole mid console, I think this was a lost opportunity in my opinion. I'm just not a personal fan of having to open this little lid to have the cup holder, and then opening this up, it opens like in 2, so it opens like this, which I don't know, it is what it is, right? Not a big issue, but there's no place to put your phone in the car, so you can see I have it in my pocket, huge ass phone. So you need to open this up, and then there's a little pocket where you can put the phone, and that is probably much safer than what you can do otherwise. But I don't know, I just don't want to open a thing to put my phone into a pocket and then close it. I don't know. That just felt not great, but it's also not a deal breaker. But it was just, the car was too big for what I want to drive in Denmark, although it was a nice enough car, and it looks cool in some way, but also fucking massive. Yeah, and then there was just a lot of small things that just were a little bit off. They also only had like the smallest version available for test driving. So it had some features missing, like the massage functionality in the seat and the cooling in the seat. And it sounds weird, but those are some of the features I'm most hyped about. So it was a shame not being able to test those. So on Sunday we're going to test drive an Xpeng G9, which I've been a passenger doing one test drive before. And I don't know, I'm so much in love with the Xpeng G9. It's kind of stupid because I haven't had a car in like 10 years now. And I don't really need a car, but it just looks so cool in my opinion. And this is smaller. I'm not quite sure how much smaller it is. But the front, the other one, the front didn't really go downwards. It was just straight. So it felt like driving with another car in front. You always had like the front of the car you could see at all times, and it obscured the view quite a lot. Whereas the Xpeng, it like and normal cars, it tilts down, so you don't notice it as much. And then you can see cup holders without all the bullshit. You can still open this meta console. You have a lot of seat adjustments. The Hongqi also had all of the seat adjustment, so this is not unique. But then when we get further down, then now there's phone, like places where you can just put your phone, and I really like this. I don't know why, because I don't use my phone while driving, and I don't want to use my phone while driving. And this is also a charging station, so you can also easily charge your phone, and you don't have to mess around with a cable and so on. So I really like that. And by default, it comes with 3 screens. I hope this has navigation and such, but I can see it's here as well. And then this entertainment screen just for the passenger. And you can see the passenger seat you can lift up like for leg support. Let's see what it has. And yeah, when I was a passenger in this car, I enjoyed the massage function immensely and the comfy seats. And something that's cool about the Xpeng is that you can put some like music on or whatever, and then you can choose where it's supposed to be played. So for example, if I'm driving, I can put music on for myself and be like, this is where I want to hear the music, like on this seat. And then my wife can put another, like her music on and say, I want to listen to it on my seat. And then they will adjust which speakers to use. So you will hear each your own music, but both with speakers, but not in a way that is that disruptive for each other. And that's really cool. Like it's just those small details that I find really, really cool. It's some sci-fi car. It really is. It really is. And then it's not that expensive in Danish money. Like it's 500,000, right? That sounds like a lot. But to put it into perspective with euros, it's like 67,000 euro. And I think that's expensive in other countries. But in Denmark, we have 180% vehicle tax. So we pay a little bit extra for all our vehicles. So there's nothing on the market that comes close to the size and to the car this is for the same amount of money. And this is, of course, the smallest model. But yeah, it's just... Then you have the like long range and you have the all-wheel drive performance. And when did cars stop saying they have 4-wheel drive? When did it become all-wheel drive? When did that happen? Like, I'm so old, man. And then the big one also have like a air suspension, and I've heard air suspension should be like super fucking comfy. So the one we are looking at, and this is completely like we need the premium comfort sound package. Otherwise, you don't have like the million speakers where you can adjust, and you don't have the massage chairs, I believe. Yeah, so obviously we need that, and we need this hook, whatever. I've never used one privately. And then you can only get this color on the expensive cars. or like on the expensive model. And I'm like, if I'm buying the expensive model anyway, then I want people to know. So I'm paying. So I'm gonna pay 3,000 euro extra to get the expensive green, so people can see that I spend a lot of money. It's like having a skin in a game, right? If you pay a lot of money for a skin, you want people to know you spend a lot of money for the skin. And then you have some interior options. You have this black, which I find kind of boring. Then you have this white, which I find a little bit too. I don't know what I think of it. It's a little bit too yobby or pretentious, or like there's something with it that it just doesn't gel with my preference. So I like this one the best. This looks cozy and I think it feels warm and so on. Whereas this is more cold and like you're trying to like you're being cool or something, and I just want to be warm and cozy. So I think this is nice. And something crazy is you can also adjust the back seats, so they also have the recline function and so on. And the seats both have a seat warmer and cooler and so on. So with all the things we want to pay, like we want to add on, is gonna be 720,000, which is very close to 100,000 euro for a car. And I think 100,000 for a car, 100,000 euro is a lot of money for a car. It's a lot of car. It's a lot of money. But and I don't need it at all. I've gotten it into my head that I really like that car and I would like it. Like I would like to have it. So I'm struggling mentally as well with reason, like my logical side, and do I really need it and does it make sense and so on, and what I want. And I don't know what's gonna win. I thought he was gonna be friendly.
I need more time.
But it's also since my wife and I has never had a car while we've been together, we haven't been able to go a lot of places like super comfortably. So it would also be nice to have a car and it's fully electric, so it will be cheap to charge up and so on. So it would be a lot easier for us to go and see more of Denmark and go see Europe, like on road trips and so on. So yeah, I'm still struggling. I don't know what the right answer is, because we can afford the car, but we could also just put the money into stocks or real estate or something and increase our wealth.
Stay your hand. I swear to you by the bloated worm and by the ways of my people, my life is yours to take. But first, allow me to exact my revenge upon those who have wronged me. Call me Varyana. Call me mercenary. Call me butcher. My quest is to deliver my vengeance upon the cannibal chieftains who chased me from my clan. I will not die until my enemies are dead by my hand. I will not.
I think I've understood why I don't feel that immersed with a lot of these quests and such. And I think it's because they're honestly too short, which is weird. But it's like, I don't have the time to get immersed and care about the story and so on when I only hear 2 storylines from them, and then it's like, okay, we're done now. I'm your companion forever, and you don't have to worry about me again. But if they had built it up and made like a proper story chain or line that took 2 or 3 hours or something, and expanded the characters, evolving the relationship and so on, then I would probably care more and it would be more important. But we just did this in what, 20 minutes or something? We got both companions and it was no problem at all.
My name's Alkin.
It's just not enough time to get invested in anyone.
Of course you can. But you don't have to do that alone anymore. Every member of the Pale Hand watches out for each other and contributes to the guild. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now find a space for yourself. I'll make sure Altkin finds his way here.
It's kind of like, to put it in a crude comparison, it's kind of like watching a shorts versus watching a long format. Short can be fun and you can consume a lot of it, but you don't really get invested into anything. But watching a long format video with anyone, it invests you more into the person and the topic they're talking about, and you can care more about it. Wait. Should I have spoken with her up there? Oh, god damn it. Oh, useless. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll come back. And I think it's also dangerous because by making the quests longer and the story, like evolve the story to take more time, you also increase the chance of the player getting bored. But I think that's better than just guaranteeing it feels pointless.
Pit. I've been down there so long, I could barely tell friend from foe. Glad I didn't kill you. You bested me. By the law of my people and the law of the worm, I am yours to butcher and devour. But before that happens,
Okay, so I guess we went really down with this storyline.
cannibal chieftains under my knife. Grelka the Craven and Zolmog Venomblood must die.
Why?
Because they banished me. Because they wounded my honor. Because I don't like them. I need help to destroy them.
These reasonings are just so superficial.
We are agreed. Then first we seek Grelka, sure to be in his feasting hall.
I really hope these fights have some unique perspective or something other than just kill a random person.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Amulet.
I need more time.
Am I guess supposed to kill things here, or what's going on? Oops.
I need more time.
You dare return to the land you betrayed, Varyana?
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, so this is just a tank spaying first. It doesn't look like he has anything, and it goes down quite fast. So no mechanics.
You see the map tattooed on the palm.
And since he just spawns out of nowhere, it's not a real world. Like,
Here, this has
it is too gamey. I think if we look at some examples from Diablo 2.
Grelka can be made to reveal where Zolmog
Oh, she's just off. Okay, I wanted to look something up, but we can do that afterwards. So this makes a little bit more sense, especially if there was a village or like a village or a building or something where they existed instead of just a hole in the ground.
Tell me! We need to prepare.
What is it you're doing?
My people have a ritual. It can tell me what I must know, but Just be quiet.
Oh shit, it's raining a lot. We were so lucky with the timing of our test drive. We walked there, it was close by where we live, and it had rained all yesterday, all night and all day until we walked. Then it stopped raining. We went there, we test drove, and we walked home. No rain, and then it started raining again. It was perfect timing, it was amazing. It was so incredible. Another hard eater.
Zolmok, Tyrant King, Crown of Teeth, Throne of Bone, King of Flesh, made flesh.
Seems like a cray-cray person. I would avoid her if I met her anywhere.
In Goron.
I would try not to make eye contact.
We're going to Goron now.
Okay.
Make haste.
So Goron, is that up here? So it seems easiest just to teleport there. Even though I'm not quite sure where we actually were. So how far away are we from Path of Exile 2? Was it November 8th? No, it can't be November 8th, right? Because then it's released exactly a month after Diablo 4.
I need more time.
15th November, okay. Month and 5 days. Do you have a like a countdown on your phone or something? Oh no! Oh my god! I just need to exit the thing. Okay.
Goron streets will be thick with Zolmog's sycophants, all on the lookout for threats to his coronation. But if we get our hands on a boat, we can enter the city by the docks. Far fewer.
No, but I check a countdown website from time to time. I think we had that with Diablo 4. We just put it on the TV, and it was just up 24/7 at my workplace. You know, it's so fucking cool. It was so nice. I really miss back in the day when all my friends were playing games and we were playing the same games, and like we wouldn't have any responsibilities. So whenever a game dropped, we would just play the shit out of it. And when we got jobs, we would take days off just to play.
The worm provides. The rowboat will do. We'll make soup.
That was so nice. I really miss those days. Now, I don't know when the last time was I played a game with friends. One reason I wish I could work IT is to have colleagues who also game. Yeah. That is really one of the big advantages of IT, is just because most of them are like gamers, but a surprising amount of IT people also don't game. It's super weird to me. So you have like, I would split most IT people into one of two camps. You have the gamey nerds, and then you have the nerdy nerds.
My power is too great.
Okay, let's go back to town itself. So the gaming nerds, that's us. Like those are the people who game and who got into IT because of gaming and who thought that was cool. And then you have the nerdy nerds, and for whatever reason that I can't comprehend, they got into computer and IT because they thought the tech was cool. Okay, I sound way more surprised than I probably should be. But it's like, those are the people who really care about the technology. Like, they're, ooh, there's a big upgrade. So they're there to like play with all the code and really like, oh, this gadget is so fucking cool, and they know everything about a random gadget and so on. And they're more the productive kind of nerds, I think. Yeah, and they're the ones who's gonna make a smart house and play with all the jazz. And most of them also like Viking for some reason. They also like, because they like the gadgets and so on, so they mostly have an expensive bike as well. And when I say expensive, it's like 10,000 euro or something like that. I think that's a lot of fucking money for a bike.
I'm not ready yet.
And it's really weird to see like those two camps. Because to me, I've never been that much into tech. I think I've been more into gaming, and that was my path into IT because I was very comfortable with computers and such.
Hold.
But my brother is more of the nerdy nerd type, where he really likes the tech, and he set up firewalls and servers and so on while we were still in elementary school, and I was just playing games 24/7.
You hear them celebrating. That filthy wretch is showing off his power already. But a feast is to our advantage. We can lose ourselves in the crowd, get close to Zolmog, slit the bastard's throat before he even knows we're there.
And then I have this one colleague he's currently renovating, or he's actually building his house, but he's gotten to the point where it's a house, so it's just small things he's doing now. And he's spending a lot of time like setting up the lights and like, oh, this is the technology that I need for the lights, and this light is better than this, and this is why I'm doing this. And instead of using the normal light switches, he has like wireless light switches that he can place anywhere in the house, obviously, and then it's all connected to each other, and everything is smart and so on. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man. A lot of research has gone into that. And here I am just playing Diablo and other random games.
Pay proper respect to your tyrant king, dear Varyana. Perhaps I'll allow you to survive.
You're not my king, Zolmog. Never my king. And I'll never be one of you again.
Oh, you never lose the taste, woman. I suspect you know that all too well. Just as you know the law of our people. Eat or be eaten!
The weird, like,
I need more time.
Weird cannibal mentality, but fair enough. Okay, so it did have some mechanic.
I need more time.
There we go.
Done. My word is my bond. End my life, as we ended Zolmog's.
She's very melodramatic.
I told you, my life is yours to take. As you wish. But my offer stands. Nobody would miss me anyway.
Jesus.
Well, maybe Raheir.
We just got an emo on our team.
No reason to linger. I'm headed south. returning to a gathering place for mercenaries in Nahantu. You need a butcher or...
Her character seems
Seek me
very
there.
one-dimensional.
Or if you change your mind about eating me.
That's an offer I don't need. That's a mental image I don't need. Okay. Speak to Ormus. Let's do that. 2 seconds, I'm curious. Oh my god. I'm so close to being able to be an affiliate on Twitch. I'm really looking forward to that because then you guys can adjust the quality of the stream. And I think because I stream in such a high resolution, it is killing some people's computers.
Ormus appreciates the allies you have collected. Rally them to provide aid to the people.
Yeah.
Nahanto needs to remember hope, friend.
So that's why you cannot change the quality of my stream, is because I'm not an affiliate.
That you liberate our lands and help our people.
I just feel like that makes it unnecessarily difficult to become an affiliate. And alternatively, I need to downscale my streaming, but then I cannot only downscale the stream, then I also need to downscale my recording, and then my YouTube video quality is lower, and so on. And it's like why do I need to make these choices? I don't even know what makes sense to take from here. Maybe just that one. So you can see, maybe I can find it. You're almost in. So you can see the thing I need to become an affiliate is very clearly stated here. So I need 50 followers, done. I need to stream 8 hours, done. I need to stream 7 days per month, done. But what I've had trouble with is the average 3 concurrent viewers. But we are managing that now. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated, to be honest. So I just need this one to turn to 3, then I can do that. And I think, is it in here, achievements? It's so close. It's so really, really close. Yeah. And then I must be able to show that nah, fuck it. It's not that important. But I am 99% sure that changing the streaming quality on your side can only be done when I'm an affiliate. But YouTube, you can go and watch me on YouTube, and you can go and change the stream quality immediately. Like that, they just offer that out of the box for everybody. It is such a weird difference. Wait, I need to. Oh, I also need to do this one. Okay.
He crawled in, barely alive. He says,
"The damned burned knights, they butcher, the horror. Faith's torch, their camp in 7 stones."
I think just a couple more days of streaming, then I can go affiliate. I hope. That would be so cool. Ah, there's no path through here. Why not? That's because it's Nahantu. Okay. It would be nice if you could go here, but guess we have to take the long way.
Nobody walks anymore.
So excited for affiliate, to be honest, because I really do feel like if people could adjust the streaming quality, that would be a game changer. Because I've had streams myself online in like the highest resolution, and sometimes Well, at least my old computer had a really hard time digesting it. My new one can still have problems doing so if I'm doing other things. It is surprisingly taxing for a computer to show like super high streams.
I need more time.
And that's even though that Twitch is limiting the quality of the stream quite a lot. Like YouTube, you can stream in like 3 times the resolution, or not resolution, but the bit rate, which is just how often does the video get updated. And Twitch really limits that quite significantly. So if a lot of shit happens on the screen, it can be hard to get the updates.
I need more time.
Ooh. Also, next Saturday. Oh shit, there was a lot of fighting. But that's not on next Saturday. Next Saturday we are gonna go to get an old tavern that I'm thinking about buying. And then maybe run a bed and breakfast. And it's so fucking random, but it just seems so fun. So, yeah, that might be a really fun adventure.
I can still fight.
Yeah, sounds cool. Thanks, man. It's like, I don't know, because I believe so. Some of it is that I've been wanting to make some kind of food business for a while, like selling cookies and cakes and such, but I've also not been wanting to invest a lot of money into it because it is such a high-risk area and industry. But this tavern is like super fucking cheap because it is in a cheap area of Denmark, which is outside of Copenhagen, and it already has an industry kitchen. So the investment would be very small. And worst case, if it doesn't work out, we will just be living there. Then we just have a cool house.
That's all the cages.
And it already has rooms being rented out online, so they're already generating like the rental of bed and breakfast revenue. So that also to some extent decreases the risk, in my opinion.
I'm not ready
but,
yet.
Yeah, I think it could be really cool to look into.
Stay back! They're hiding in the caves.
And then the plan would be to make cookies and other random cakes and then sell it to nearby restaurants, or more likely cafes and coffee places. And see how that goes.
I'm not ready yet.
And I'm thinking it might also be fun streaming content to keep track of, like how's it going with the tavern? Is it working? Or did I just waste all of my money? I'm not doing it for streaming content though, but just why not get some content while doing it anyway? And I'm inspired by, I've seen a channel on Twitch that's like a pizza baker or something like that, where you just follow them in the kitchen and you see them make pizzas and you can chat with them and so on, like normal streaming things. And that might be cool as well to put up in the kitchen. And then I can just stream making cookies and getting everything ready and so on. And whatever random things I'm doing.
I'm not ready yet.
Jesus, man, come on guys. Can you kill these dolphins that are trying to fuck me up? I need a lot more corpses.
I'm not ready yet. I'm out
This
of
build is a little bit light on the corpses. I don't feel like I can say corpses without feeling like I talk like Gollum. Like corpses.
They're like roaches. They'll breed twice as many if you leave them be. You're strong. Stronger than the rest of us. Could you finish them off?
Bone spirit. Oh, that's better than mine. Just has more intellect, that's all. Max life, I might want that. Magic focus. I will probably need that at some point. And it's crazy, the tavern we're looking at is almost the same price as the car we're looking at. So we can either buy a car, we can buy an entire tavern. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. The prices are completely whack. Oh Jesus Christ, okay, I need to dodge stuff now. I actually need to use some skills. How burdensome.
I need more time.
Okay, so this is gonna be a running fight. That's a cool mechanic. I like it, that is something new. Oh god damn it. And in those pillars they hurt a surprising amount. Oh god damn it. Can you kill that pillar please? Okay, so guys, kill this one. Come on. Are you kidding me? Kill it, guys. I don't have any attacking spells in my bar. Oh, Jesus. Okay, there we go. Now it died by AoE. We can move on then. To this pillar. Can kill this one, guys. Okay. We move on to the next. I need to have mobs surrounding it, otherwise they don't want to attack it.
I need more time.
Shit, I'm out of healing potions. Because my healing potions are so low level, I need to use a lot. That just makes it hard to do. So I've also been looking into like solar panels and improve, like, I don't even know what this is called like in English or outside Denmark, but like heating pumps. You can get somewhere you dig the pipes into the ground for like maximum efficiency. And then it runs on electricity basically, is my understanding. And then with solar panels, so you get a lot cheaper heating, but well, you get it cheaper, but electricity is expensive, so you get it kind of cheaper, but you pay a lot for the electricity. And then if you get solar panels, so you don't pay for the electricity, then it suddenly becomes quite cheap. So I've been looking into that and what can be done, and does it make sense to do, because the tavern is like from 1880. So it's not as old as the buildings we were looking at yesterday in Strasbourg, but it's still relatively old.
I need more time.
So it's like, what can we do and how can we renovate the building, and what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. And would it make sense, like how many of the rooms can we rent out all the time? Do we need, like, could it make sense to make more rooms, because there is an entire building that's not being used, which is like a 200 square meter building that's just standing completely empty, and just not completely empty, but it's being used as storage. So it would be nice if we could rent out all the rooms and then make more better rooms there.
I need more time.
But we'll see. It's gonna be an adventure in itself.
I'm not ready yet.
And I'm also hesitant to do that because the area is a cheap area. So it also means that basically no matter how much we improve, almost no matter how much we improve the building and do all of these optimizations, it might not be worth the investment.
It's too quiet.
Like for every 100,000 crowns we use, we might get 80,000 back or something like that, or maybe even less. So yeah, need to figure out what makes sense. And I am very much a money person. Like, I want to invest and it needs to make sense and so on. But we'll see. I'm also getting so old that I'm starting to prioritize just enjoying life.
I'm not ready yet.
This fight is really weird. Like, why is he just suddenly not existing? Like, it's not like he's being immortal by things channeling him or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, now you cannot target me.
I need more time.
There's no logical reason for it, so it feels weird. Oh, I'm so good at dodging this. Okay.
I need more time.
What the
I
fuck?
need more time.
Let's get the healing potion. I like the mechanic in Diablo where you don't have to use inventory space, or you don't have to stack up healing potions. You just have these globes that drop from time to time in combat, and you can increase the chances of that, and you can also make builds where picking them up does something, like increases your damage temporarily and stuff like that. But I also like in PoE how you just have, it's essentially the same system. I think Diablo stole it from PoE and revamped it a little bit, which I think they should do a lot more of. But PoE also has the nice thing where a potion is basically permanent and then it refills through combat.
At last, a chance to work on some weapons.
Can I mark this as junk? No, I want to mark it as not junk. Like, don't salvage this when I salvage everything else, please. So I think I'm gonna go with the defensive pants. Like, look at me caring about defensive stats. How crazy is that? I'm also quite surprised, guys. So what are we doing now? Where? Complete dungeons in Naha 2, 3. That's just unnecessary. This is a hunter, right? Once an enemy is slowed, at least they become feared. Spiritborn only, Spiritborn only, Spiritborn only. So all of this is just Spiritborn only one. So no matter what I do in these dungeons, I won't be able to use them. Then why the fuck would I do any of the dungeons down here? Something restless chair. Okay. I don't like these kind of forced things where I'm not being rewarded to do this. I just have to do it because I have to do it. And I think Diablo is more creative than that. Like, they can do it better if they really want it. Can I upgrade my potion? Where is it?
I can brew almost anything.
Yes. Oh my god, then I need more flowers.
To the road. You there?
Oops.
Care to be It's an easy
Okay, so now we just go do 3 random dungeons. This just feels bad.
I need time to do that.
Like when I just want to finish the campaign and I'm being forced into all of this random content that's not even rewarding me and I don't want to do. But oh well. We'll get it. It's not the first time I've grinded in games for things that I just need to do.
I'm with you, friend.
But I'm also getting more and more reluctant to do it as I value my time more and more. So here, explore remnants of rage and slay place Urivar. Okay. So I just need to find the boss. So we can just run through most of this. And then there's something here. A bloodstone. Okay. I probably need to go somewhere with that.
I'm not ready yet.
Let's finish these dudes. Okay. Seems simple enough. We'll go on to the next part. Jesus, that poison. I don't know how to counter those fucking poison scarabs. They seem to just keep following me around forever. Is that it? Your golem is better. That's all I'm reading here. Cool. Is this done? Okay, it's not done, it's not done. That was just a random side quest. Okay, that looks cool. I wonder if this will even count. This might be some kind of dungeon thing. We'll see, we'll see. I'm just worried that I'm wasting my time, but... What is this? Protection? Sure. Healing well. This is a really big dungeon. I think we found it. Okay. Ah, it's one of those gimps. Okay. Let's just pop and finish him fast. I know there's a lot of cool gear that I haven't gotten yet, so I'm really looking forward to getting it, and we're nowhere near like max power level.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh god, these fucking scams. So these are not following me. Oh, okay.
I'm not ready yet.
So there were some mechanics here and such. It was a decent enough fight. Okay, so this was one down. That's nice. Decompose. That's cool. No. No, let's not do that. And a shield. Maybe I will want a shield later on. And then leave dungeon, then figure out where else to go. Oh, I could just stay here and do these two dungeons. It's not like the other dungeons are better or worse for me. They're all equally bad. And with that mindset, let's go. And if we can complete them that fast, it's not really a big deal. But that's also where I'm in two minds, right? Because if I don't have to spend more time doing the content, then why am I even doing the content? Like, then it's obviously not important, and I'm not getting anything out of it. This is just Blizzard forcing me to do things.
I need more time.
For no real reason. But if it was longer content and there was storylines and it would flesh out anything, it would make sense, but this isn't doing anything. And it's doing even less because I'm not playing a Spiritborn. So I'm not getting any bonuses out of this. Whereas if I was a Spiritborn, I might find value in these bonuses that I would be getting. But as Necromancer, this is just 100% pointless.
I'm not ready yet.
I know. I'm really curious what the reasoning is for this. Maybe they thought the campaign was too short and people would be angry if they finished it too fast. So they added this in as filler content. And that is not that uncommon, especially in like... I thought about calling it financial games, but to be honest, I think all games should be financial.
I'm not ready yet.
Maybe lazy games is a good way of saying it. Like, yeah. Lazy might be the best way because you can find a much more creative and interesting way of doing this with not a lot of work.
I'm not ready yet.
Like instead of just forcing me to do dungeons down here, for example, it could just say do dungeons somewhere and recommend me to do dungeons that benefit my character, like my class. Or it could reward me for doing it.
I'm not ready yet.
So there's no reason for all the Spiritborn things to be down here. They could have shuffled it around.
They've been feeding on
Oh yeah, I don't really care about this. This is just a random side quest. We can skip that. That's not gonna, like, it's gonna give us a chest and some experience, but it's not gonna progress the campaign. I just want to stay focused on getting to the end. And then we can play around with the season mechanics afterwards. I just like to do one thing at a time. Like now we're doing campaign, so let's finish that. And then afterwards we can do season mechanics.
I'm not ready yet.
I don't know, I really like treasure goblins in general. I just hate doing them as a necklacer because it's so hard to get my pets to focus it. It's a big buff. Huge buff. You battle pass? Jesus. So it said I got things, but I didn't. I guess I... Okay. Okay, so I can claim them here. That's something. Let's see, it's a journey, yeah. Need to do that as well. Where are the things? So how do I get... I find the menu in Diablo 4 very confusing. Like, it's not that intuitive for me. I feel like a lot of the things are hidden random places. So I want to view the reward, so I need to open the map and then click W and then I can see this. Okay. This menu I often forget where it is and how to get in here because I don't need it a lot, and when I do need it, it's been a while since I used it last. Ooh, yes. Are these the gloves I need? Are these the gloves? Oh my god, yes. Yes. So the cool thing about these gloves, let me break it down for you Barney style, is that instead of detonating corpse explosion immediately, I'm just reading essentially, it summons a suicidal skeleton that's gonna charge a random enemy and explode. And then the corpse explosion damage is also increased by 49%, which is almost perfect. And I get +2 to corpse explosion, and corpse explosion has higher attack speed, and I get lucky hit chains. And for those of you who don't play Diablo 4, you probably don't understand lucky hit chains because it's a weird ass mechanic. So you know some items have a chance to proc something. So let's say you have a 10% chance to make an explosion on your attacks, right? You don't have that in Diablo. You have an X% chance on your lucky hit to proc something. And that means that lucky hit, you can essentially see it as a critical strike that doesn't do extra damage, but which has a chance to proc your other things. So if I had a 10% chance on lucky hit to make an explosion, that means now I have 8% chance to do a lucky hit. So for every time I attack 100 times, I would get 8 lucky hits, right? And then on each of those 8 hits, I would then have a 10% chance of making the explosion. Is that easy? Is it intuitive? No, not at all. They should just remove that stat, in my opinion, but it is how it works. And there was a lot of memes with Diablo 4 in the beginning about a lot of the stats were just completely useless, and it's like 5% more damage on Tuesdays and 3% more damage every other Wednesday or on full moons or something like that. And they had a lot of that. And luckily they removed a lot of it because there was so much backlash and feedback from the community, and hopefully they realized it was a bad idea. And I do appreciate they explore and they test things out, and I also appreciate that they rolled things back and changed it when they realized it was a bad idea. Because you can't always have only good ideas. Now I just hope they would remove the lucky hit thing and just make it more normal, so to speak. Okay, so these guys, I think I need to kill them at the same time, or I need to kill one of them first because he can rest the others, and I probably need to kill the Grand Inquisitor first. But since I'm a pet build, it's really hard for me to focus what my pets attack. They just kind of attack whatever they want, you know? Okay, I should be dodging things. So let's see. Now we're just killing the Lord Commander. And then see what happens. Is he gonna be brought back to life or something? No? So I was overthinking it. That's fine.
I need more time.
Can you come over here then to these corpses? Then I can. Oh yeah, I can just explode them anywhere. Yes, yes. Look at this. Now it doesn't matter where the corpses are. They will go to the. That's one of the strong things. Like not caring about where corpses are anymore. Yeah, ass. Oh my god. I'd forgotten how much better that feels. Consuming a corpse has a 19% chance of to spawn a blood orb. Yeah, it's better, but it doesn't have the circuits I need. So if I use this, then I'm losing this rune word. But if I'm being honest, I haven't noticed this rune word at fucking all. I have no idea how it works. This is probably better just because of survivability. So I have 250 attack power. Wait, what? So this is a huge ass buff. Huh. Okay. I don't really understand why. Oh, plus 12 summoning damage as well. That's big. That's fucking huge. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So we did that one. And then we're in this one, so I think it's easiest just to run out. Just to exit this one and go to the next. And then we can continue the campaign. So it looks like the campaign is going to be approximately 8 to 9 hours. That's my estimate at least. And I might be very wrong. I just like to make these estimates and try to guess things. Oops, I shouldn't have dismounted. So how many of you have your mount hotkey on H? I have it on H because it's H for horse. That makes sense to me. I think all these other hotkeys for mounts are weird. Like set. Who wants to use set to summon a horse? That makes no sense. Oh my god, I'm starting to look badass. The weird thing is the more I play Diablo 4, the more fun it gets. I think it's because my build is starting to come together and... Yeah, I think it's because my build is starting to come together. And I'm getting the things I want, it's getting nicer and nicer. Oh, I also need to complete that random quest line. Need to look into that. What that includes. So, Fintis, if you have a long weekend, do you have any special plans, or is it just relaxing, enjoying life, and just cooling off?
I need more time.
No plans for the weekend. That's sometimes the best plans. Like, I believe it or not, but I'm a huge introvert. I get super exhausted from social interactions. So for me, having to do like social activities during the weekend, it just drains me. And it doesn't recharge my batteries. But it's also really nice to go out and see or do something and like live life rather than just being at home all the time. So I have very mixed feelings about it. And of course you can go out and do things without being social. We might go to an amusement park, which we have tickets to that expire this month. Then you have to go, right? Like, that's a no-brainer then.
I'm not ready yet.
That sounds really nice. We are also thinking about going to like a Danish amusement park. It's called Tivoli. It's the oldest amusement park in the world, so that's quite cool. I need a minimum of 1 day a week where I have nothing to do. I got you. I get you completely. I have a rule where I think I need to kill... No, these are not the ones I need to kill, these are just randoms. So I've told my wife, like, every Sunday I want to have no plans. We are not allowed to have plans on Sundays. Like, that is my rest day, and I need that day to do nothing, and to do absolutely nothing. Unless I choose to do it, but it needs to be scheduled as no plans. And that really works for us. That's really nice. And in these days, because I'm renovating the apartment, I think I'm just extra exhausted.
I'm not ready yet.
Because it is just a lot of physical work. And since I am a desk jockey, I'm not that used to physical labor.
I need more time.
Not that I mind it or anything, it's just, you know, when you're not used to it, it's a bit more exhausting. But I'm almost done with our bedroom, and I'm really happy about that. So when you go to the amusement park, do you go in all the like crazy rides, crazy roller coaster, and all the adrenaline stuff? Or what do you enjoy? Oh, this is a little bit better. 10% damage, that's better than what this is offering. So I am a huge pussy with rides, and I don't enjoy anything. Like, I'm scared of heights, and I don't enjoy anything that goes too fast. And I've noticed that almost all rides these days, they are based off either getting you up really fucking high, or like turning you around, like trying to make you puke, and I cannot turn around. Like I don't. I feel like I should use some other words for it, but that's just not my thing. I'm so bad at it. I will almost instantly puke if I start doing that. It is unbelievable how bad I am at it. So those rides I just completely ignore, and then there's this one ride in Tivoli in Copenhagen where it's a relatively, like, it's a small roller coaster. There's not that much space, but then it has a loop. And the first time I tried it, I went into it with the mentality of, we'll just try things. It's been a long time since I've been in an amusement park. I'll just try things and then we'll figure it out. And we went in, and the first ride that we want to try is that roller coaster. And I'm like, sure, let's go. And I haven't looked at it or anything. It's just, it's a roller coaster. Let's go. How bad can it be? I'm not used to roller coasters having loops, so I didn't check for that. And then we get up and we do the thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put my phone and my wallet like next to the roller coaster so I don't have to drive around with it, right? And I'm there with my brother and I tell him, maybe you should put your phone off as well, just so you don't lose it on the ride. And he's like, nah, it's not gonna be a problem. And yeah, no, I didn't even. Correction, I didn't even take my phone out or anything because I'm like, nah, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I don't like putting my phone anywhere. So as soon, and my brother didn't either. So as soon as the ride started, I could just feel the shaking and I could feel my phone coming out of my pocket. So I'm like, okay, fuck this. So I just sat with my hands on my pockets the entire ride and I wasn't holding on to anything. And I guess my brother didn't do the same thing. So after we came off the ride, my brother was like, yeah, I lost my phone. Doing the loop, it fell out. I'm like, oh, god damn it. So then we had to spend time canceling his phone and try to find it and so on. And then and I felt so fucking bad after that ride. Like I had to sit down for like an hour and just calm down and make everything stop spinning and everything. So that was a terrible like start of the amusement park day.
You are to be his anointed.
I usually try every ride at least once and then do more of whatever I just enjoy. That sounds like a good plan. I love to challenge myself. I want to try bungee jumping, parachuting, semi-serious martial art fighting at least once as soon as I can. Fair enough. Like, I'm not ready yet. I want to try those things as well. I am just so afraid of it, but I want to try it. But it's more like I want to try it just so I can say I've tried it and be like, I've done that. I know how it is. Not that I think I will enjoy it in any way, but I think it's important to try things to figure out what do you enjoy, what don't you enjoy. Because you might be surprised. And why not? Why not try it at least once? Like, worst thing, you didn't like it and you had a bad time. The chances are it's not gonna kill you. And yeah, like, if you didn't like it, then you're scared shitless for like 30 seconds, a minute or something like that. And then you're done. And if you do like it, then hey, now you know. But I'm the kind of guy who, if someone dislikes it, I enjoy it more. If that makes sense. So Like if I try bungee jumping alone or something like that, and I try with people who are really high, then I will enjoy, like, I will be more scared and I will be the one feeling bad. But if there's someone who's afraid of it as well, then I will tease them a little bit and I will feel better and like be braver or something. I don't know how to explain it, but I will take joy in their misery and that will improve my experience.
So his maddened grip never lays claim to Neyrelle or the Soul Stone. Return to Dimitri at Faith's Torch. He will assist you in your task.
So when we went to Lotte Tower in Korea, which is like the highest building in Korea, I went with my wife and other people who weren't afraid of heights. So I was the one who felt the worst, so I couldn't enjoy their suffering. So it was terrible. It was terrible, terrible times. And this Lotte Tower, as they call it, it just looks like the Eye of Sauron or like Tower of Sauron. So they have this where you just need the Eye of Sauron. But you can go on walks up here. So you can pay extra to get up here and walk somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. But this is the viewing platform, and this is so fucking gross. Like, I didn't go out onto the glass, I think. Like that was simply too gross. And you have to remember all of these buildings, all of these small buildings down here, they're like 20 to 30 story tall. That's a huge building. Like, we don't have that high buildings in Denmark as a general rule. Like, we have very few, like one tower here, another tower there, which might be that tall. But all of these are like 20, 30 stories tall. Like, they're all really tall, right? And they just look so fucking small because this tower is so huge. This tower is like, I think it's 450 meters tall. Our highest building is 134 meters, yeah. This is just 3 to 4 times as tall. What the fuck is this? Does it say anything here? No. Just says what's in it. Oh, it's 555 meters, never mind. So it's up here where you have the viewing platform. So that's probably 500 meters or something like that. And you take the elevator from the bottom, and it's like you're going into an amusement ride. You have to buy tickets, you stand in line, there's some entertainment things during the line, like there's various like projections playing on the walls and so on. And then you take it, like, and then when you take the elevator, you go from the bottom all the way up in one go. And your ears are popping and you're trying to alleviate it, like, you know, holding your nose and blowing it and like seeing what you can do, yawning and whatever. And it shows you on the screen how far up you are. So it's like they filmed the view with a drone or something going up, and then they put that view in the elevator. So you're never in doubt of how high up you are. It was fun and gross, and I think I was up there for 10 minutes or something. I was like, I'm done. I cannot. And there's a cafe up there. You can buy drinks and you can sit and eat and everything. And I'm like, let's get a drink, because I was thirsty or something. And then I finished and I'm like, I'm done. I just want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. And at that point, some of my wife's family had just made it up there. And I'm like, you guys can stay. I don't mind, but I'm not staying up here anymore. I'm going down. And then they all went down, and they didn't really have a chance to look around, so I felt bad for them. But they're so kind people, like they're very loving. It's amazing. So this is like, you can pay extra to go and do this. Why won't you load? Maybe there's better pictures. And I'm like, I don't want to open the link, that's the problem. Oh, like it's just so high up, and you're walking on this little metal bridge. You would definitely do that, yeah. I just get so scared, and you have to walk manually on these, and like my palms are getting sweaty now, and like it's all just terrible. Like uh, I I think it's a cool experience. I would probably highly recommend it. I don't remember why we didn't do it. I think it was significantly more expensive. Yeah. But we might do it someday. Like, I would like to say that I've done it, to be fair. Anything that is proven very safe but can seem like dangerous, I like. Yeah. And and my problem is that I think of all like the worst case scenarios, and what if this safety equipment doesn't work? What if this little bridge crashes? Because it's gonna break sometime, right? Like things break, nothing lasts forever. Like what if, and it's like it's glass here or something. So what if this glass breaks? Like glass is a fickle material. Sometimes it just breaks for no reason. And like I have all of these doomsday scenarios and like worst case scenarios in my head, and they're just playing automatically and getting more and more creative and telling me how certain I am of dying. And it's just not a pleasant place to be, but it also gets better and better with exposure therapy. So the more I do things, the safer it feels and the more I can relax. I am in no way an adrenaline junkie or anything. Like, if there are no proper safety precautions, I will not do it. Yeah, I can respect that. But for example, I was so scared of flying, but I wasn't reluctant to fly because of my fear. Because I knew rationally not a lot of planes crashes. This is relatively safe. But my mind still didn't like going that high up into the air, right? So I had these warring thoughts. I had one with logic and rationale and be like, there's like a million planes flying every year and most of them are not crashing. People are saying that flying is safer than driving a car. I don't know if that's true. And then there's the other one that's like, but if anything happens with this plane, and we are talking about like the floor of the plane where I'm sitting could fall out and then I fall down, because that happens all the time. Or like the wall could come out or the plane just crashes or anything. There's nothing I can do. I cannot do anything to save myself. I am just... I am left to whatever happens. Our minds can be really weird and complicated, yeah, for sure.
Find Marson.
It's like,
The seared revelation.
I don't know why my mind does this. I really wish it wouldn't, because it's holding me back with a lot of things, but it's just sitting in a plane and just having these visualizations of like the floor falling off where I am and my seat coming off, and then like, what are you gonna do in this situation? You're gonna do nothing except for dying. Like, that's the only option you have now. And all of that, and like, that doesn't realistically happen. But that doesn't mean I can't be afraid of it. It's just a lot of those weird things. And for some reason, I've always asked my wife if I could have the window seat, because I thought that would make me more comfortable, that I can see things. But I've now acknowledged that having the window seat actually makes me a lot more uncomfortable, because it makes me a lot more scared to look out and see the plane taking off and see everything down and so on. So now going forward, I will just have the aisle seat. That way I can just pretend I'm in a weird train or something like that. I think that will be much more comfortable for me. But I wanted the window seat because I hadn't flown a lot, and it's something I wasn't used to seeing that view.
Well,
And it is beautiful to
recall
look
you
out
from
and
paid
see
storage.
see the earth from that high up and all the lights and the cities and like
He found my
everything, buildings and
writings
so on.
to his liking.
It looks fucking cool,
Truth
but
be
it's
told,
fucking scary.
he nearly had me killed over their
And I think for my mental
Maybe
state,
there is
it's
a
just
way
better
for
for
you
me
to
to be
speak
in an
with
aisle
him.
seat.
Maybe you'll usher me back into his good graces. Yes, I can see it now. Karov doesn't suffer fools. He branded me with that wonderful slogan right here on my arm. If I'm going to take you to him, you must be worth it. No sense in risking my life just to end up as some petty battlement trophy. Clear the arena of these would-be warriors, and I'll take you to him.
So I go in here and I kill everything? Seems simple enough. Arrow. Oh. Oh, that's a big boy. I didn't notice that at all. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's cool.
Good luck, friend.
So I guess he's gonna be the last one we find.
Ha! Foolish dregs. Set the Colossus free. See how they do with that.
Oh. I thought they would send in a lot more fighters before this one, but okay, we have just outscaled this difficulty massively. That was a bit of oh, Luke. Oh. Okay, I see.
And we can leave this place.
Still super easy. And no mechanics or anything. It's just tank slaying.
Your battle prowess is quite formidable. Well, let us palaver.
We have this ride in Tivoli in Copenhagen. It's called like the Golden Tower, but it's like you go up a relatively high thing and then it just falls down, right? I think it's a relatively standard ride these days. But I've never been in it, and it's been there for like, I think 20 years now or something.
I will have to weave your tale
I
into
think
his.
someday I have to do it. And it's probably not going to be that bad. I think the worst part is going up slowly and letting my fear build. But doing the up and down thing probably isn't going to be that bad. And the weird thing is I really like climbing. Like I've done a lot of climbing, but mostly bouldering, so it's not high. Since bouldering, the walls are a maximum of 3 meters, I believe. So it's not about going high, but it's about solving problems, they call it, on the wall. Like how do we go from here to there with only these grips? And I really like that. And I also like climbing high. I just haven't done that a lot. So, yeah. I like to do a lot of activity that induces my fears, which is like God, how did you fuck up this? Like, how can you make me enjoy something that I fear? Like you programmed me really poorly.
The rules are quite simple, really. The temple gates require a condemned
It doesn't make any sense.
through. You must take the condemned trophy from Karov's lieutenants, place it in the temple door, and slay those who would claim your prize. It's the only way to navigate.
Bouldering is super fun, but it's just something you would need to do regularly to improve at it. Completely true.
You need me.
And I get like, I think you can even see. Let me see what are we? What? No, that's not it. Yeah. my bouldering shoes is like right next to this, like right off camera here, so you cannot see them, but need some very specific muscles which most people don't really use in day-to-day life. That is completely true. But the thing is, it also just uses all the muscles, and what most strong people fail at when they do bouldering, or like what they come to terms with, is finger muscles, like the grip strength, because we're not used to gripping anything closely or tightly, and that's something that's usually really hard and really boring, I would say, to get into your exercise routine. And bouldering does that so well. And you can get some insane grip strength, and you just get, like, I don't know if you've ever watched programs like Ninja Warrior or Beastmaster, I think it was called on Netflix. Like these shows where they put up various like super fit people, and then they need to finish this obstacle course or something. And the people who win is always the one who does bouldering, because they are just strong in a real way, so to speak. And there's always a part where you need to do some climbing, and if you're not used to do the climbing, it's gonna be so fucking difficult. But you see the bouldering people just hanging there on their little finger and not even breaking a sweat, while the big muscle guy, he's using all the strength he's ever built up to hold himself up for 5 seconds. At the climbing park we were at last weekend, there was this about 6 meter tall bouldering wall that you could climb up. Managed to do it on an easy route, but was super exhausted since it has been a long time since I've had climbed. Yeah, right. Like I just love bouldering. Like I think it's so fucking fun, and I love that it is as effective as it is, and it is as exhausting as it is. But the problem is that I always overdo it. I always overdo it when I do bouldering, because I think it's so fun. So I'm not just sore when I'm done. Like I'm fucking hurting. And you know when you overdo it in the gym, and your muscle starts to hurt like in a different way. I have that like every single time after I boulder. No matter how many times I go bouldering, I always push myself until it just hurts. But it's just because I enjoy it so much, and I think maybe it wouldn't be a good idea not to always hurt myself that way, but I think it's really important to find an exercise that you enjoy that much that you just want to keep doing it, rather than if I were to go and just lift weights, I'm like, oh, okay, then I'll do this 10 times, okay, then I need to rest, and then I can do it 10 times again. Like, that's not exciting to me. And at the top you had to attach your harness to some ropes and just jump down. It was quite scary, but very fun when it was done. Yeah, I can imagine. So I've never done climbing with rope. Maybe I should try that someday, because I think jumping down, I don't remember what it's called, but whatever it's called, I think that could be quite fun as well. And I see a lot of people are like working out and fitness is a religion unto itself, and I try to avoid all like religious and fitness talks, because you cannot convince anyone, or nobody knows enough to have a real like rational conversation about it, and that includes myself as well. It's just people believe a lot of different things, and there's no point in trying to convince someone else that your beliefs are more correct than theirs. Like, that's a waste of time. So like I just ended up with the only thing I truly believe about exercise is that it should be fun, and it should be something you want to keep doing, because if you don't keep exercising, you don't get the benefit of it, so it doesn't matter how effective it is. So if you try to min-max exercise and you just end up being bored, then you're not doing it, and then it's not working, and you're wasting your time. So I would much rather do something less efficient if I can keep doing it. And I think that's the most important. Every moment better than no moment. Yeah, exactly. Like, it almost doesn't even matter what kind of exercise you do, because any exercise, like you say, is better than no exercise.
I'm not ready yet.
And I think exercise is important, especially as let's face it, we are getting older and older. Like, I can definitely feel that if I am too stagnant and I'm just being a couch potato, my body will just start to hurt. And I have a backpack and so on, so it's really good for me to come out and just walk. It doesn't need to be anything fancy or crazy, but just going for a walk is really good for me. And it improves my mood without me even realizing. But I'm just happier on a day-to-day basis when I am moving. And if I just sat down too much in the entire day, I don't notice that that's the reason, but I notice that I just get cranky and I have a lot of energy that I need to burn off, and I don't get to do that sitting down. But it's also weird to start exercising, because since I'm not used to exercising and not used to going for runs and so on, it feels bad to start sweating. So when, like in the beginning, whenever I went for a run and I started sweating, I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable, and then I stopped running. And now I've realized that you can relatively quick get to a moment that feels uncomfortable while running, but it doesn't really get much worse, and you can just keep that moment going forever, for a long time at least. So I can run much further than I think if I'm just like, if I just accept this is the level of uncomfort that I'm gonna have going forward, and that's just it. Just embrace it and deal with it, because it doesn't really get that much worse. Unless you, like, of course, sprint and like increase the pace. But if you just do like a relatively normal run or a semi-slow run, I'll get uncomfortable, and then I can just keep going for a long time. It's really interesting. And it's weird having to learn how to exercise again. Like, it's something I've never thought about. Because when I was a kid, I would go running, like, just because I need to go somewhere, then I would run, or we would play football and I would just go all out and all of that. But I've never run. I haven't run a lot in my adult life, and you just avoid activities, or I avoid activities where I start sweating because I was just playing computer, right? So having to learn that back is super weird, but also I think super important. What is this? Helmet? Nah. Iron Maiden is now a darkness skill, that doesn't matter, but the stats are better, so we're gonna take it. But the legendary power doesn't matter to us. This seems like a huge ass improvement. Let's see, 423. It's actually a downgrade with everything. It doesn't calculate it that well. 11% damage. I think that... Oh, so that has both... Okay, so the one we're using has both summoning damage and damage. Oh, this is also an upgrade, I think. Yes, that was a big one. each time Shadow Blight. Nah, we don't use that. Okay, so now we go back to almost, and hopefully we can finish the campaign now. I remember talking about 50 minutes into the stream that doing those companions were quite easy, but now we spent 1.5 hours just doing random shit that had nothing to do with the campaign. And I really wish we hadn't had, like, we weren't forced to do that, but yeah. Just because I'm so hyped, here's a short video of some PO2 gameplay if you want to watch. Yeah, let's watch. Let's do it, bro. Then we can, we'll watch this, and then we can finish the campaign, I think. Nice. Oh, I like that it's so simple to choose whether you want the mouse movement or WASD. That's really cool. Okay, so this must be like, it looked like it's supposed, I don't know. No. I'm kind of thinking if it looks like it's a new thing because you needed, like a new character because you need to do, like to choose what movement setting you wanted, but I think maybe that's just something to ask you every time or they had reset it or something. But it is obviously an existing character and they have a lot of quests and so on. Okay, that's a cool ability. I like that fireball, literally. Personally, I'm really missing damage numbers. Like, damage numbers does a lot for me. But all the abilities here looks cool. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about my personal pet peeve. I think you might remember. I really wish they would make the mobs stand out more from the background. Like, they have the same color. I'm not a big fan of that. I really wish they would pop more. And the like the main character as well. I think they blend too much with the background, and I think it's such a shame. Like, just add some more color in there to the models moving around, to the units. Then I think I would be much like. Then I would become super hyped for this. Just a little bit of color, please. And you can see how everything is just kind of the same color. This is this brownish thing. This is a light brown and darker brown. She's kind of brownish, and then these stones are also dark brown. Come on, let's do some colors. We have the technology. But I guess this is like, it seems like people really like this art style. It's just me who's weird. I just thought we went, like, we evolved from black and white to colors, and now we're going back to monotone things. True, but story-wise it makes sense that the masters try to camouflage into the environment, but again, some people value realism more and some visual clarity. Yeah. And I think it makes sense, especially... I think it's cool if you do it with some monsters and not all monsters. Because a skeleton is not trying to camouflage himself in the environment, right? Like, what? That's not what a skeleton does. And a lot of towns and villages and so on, if you see it, like, it will be colorful, it will stand out from the background. You don't make all buildings in mud just because you live in a mud area, and you don't color them brown because the ground is brown, right? you usually add some colors and do some things, and especially the big fancy buildings, like this is relatively big, and this is as well. Like if this just had like a gold roof or it had some gold details here and there, it would make it stand out so much more and it would look so much cooler. And yeah, if you had some monsters like animals that tried to blend in with the background and that was part of the story, but when you do it with everything, it kind of loses the uniqueness, in my opinion. And I'm guessing some of these masters can be considered invaders, for example. And invaders don't blend into the area necessarily that they're trying to invade, right? But now, so we see these, for example. It's cool they blend into the background because they come out of the ground. So potentially if they're ambushers or something, that makes a lot of sense. And I think they do this monotone style with the units and the background, so the spell stands out more. So I think they've made a very conscious choice of where do they want the pop. Do they want the pop on the units and the background and so on, or do they want it on the spell effects? And they chose the spell effects, and I can respect that. I just really like how Diablo 2 did both. And I don't remember it ever being visual unclear what was what and what happened. And I will say, I think these spell effects are a lot cooler than Diablo 4's. It's weird how this is much more akin to what you would see, or how I remember Diablo 2 as spell effects, compared to Diablo, where Diablo is going further and further away from what people like in the game. Games like Path of Exile is staying closer and closer and truer to like what I think, and I think most people would qualify as like the peak of these action RPGs, which is Diablo 2. And I think maybe I have to play Diablo 2 again at some point, because I am really concerned that I am seeing it with like rose-tinted glasses, because I played it when I was young and I really loved it. And I haven't played it in like, I don't know, 20 years now or something like that, even though they have a remastered version. But I'm also a little bit afraid of playing the remastered version, because I saw what Blizzard did with the Warcraft 3 remastered. That was probably the worst remastered I've ever seen. And I really like this one. Like, this pop just does so much for it, in my opinion. Like this one, it just stands out, and it really brings a visual spectacle of visual interest to the landscape. But I heard people like the Diablo 2 remaster. I've heard that as well, so I think that's true. Okay, let me refill my water and empty my bladder, and then I will be back to finish the campaign today, I believe. 2 minutes. Okay, let's finish this, boys.
Well done. Your deeds are known far and wide in Nahantu. Ormus sees that you have rescued Sihek, my most trusted counselor in the Undercity. Ormus asks you to again aid him in his cause.
It's so fucking weird he talks about himself in the third person. I don't know, but if anybody does that, that's usually a weirdo alert to me. where do we go now? Deeds of a champion. Huh? Am I blind? Oh, speak to Sihek. Oh, where's Sihek? Hello? Sihek. I don't know. Am I blind here, guys? Again? Like, where am I supposed to go? Speak to Sihek. I have rescued Counselor Sihek from the house of the... I must speak with him in Kurast. So, Kurast Docks. This is just Kurast Bazaar. Is he in the den? I don't understand this. It's not showing me where I need to go.
Off we go again.
So now it's pointing out. It's telling me to go out, so, but it's not telling me where to go. What the fuck? Game, please. Don't do me like this. I'm gonna look up where I need to go. I don't want to try to guess it. And Deeds of a Champion. You can see there's already articles about this. When you have defeated the last boss, you can take on these. It's long but fairly straightforward. There's still a possibility that Sihek is still trapped in the Undercity. So unless you have completed all of the Diablo 4 mercenary quest, namely Undercity Promise, then Sihek will not be above ground and present. Okay. So they actually lied to me. So remember we talked about in Baldur's Gate how they could make all of these story pieces fit together and how hard it must be. And then we go to Diablo 4 new expansion and they can't even make a check if we've completed the companion quest here. But now it says things are here. I don't fucking know what's going on. Okay, so he's here now.
Ormus is right. As we speak, one of the dregs is poisoning our water. The Terror of 5 Hills, we call him. Delve the Undercity. Find the Terror. Kill him. And if you fail, do not let him take you alive.
Slay the Terror of the 5, okay. So this is the one... Yeah, I guess. Sure, let's go. This doesn't feel like the thing we're supposed to do, you know? Like, it feels like the sequencing of quests is a bit wrong. And that the game isn't taking it into account. Okay, he's over there, so let's go. So maybe I was wrong.
I'm not
if not the first time, it's not gonna be the last time.
I need more more time.
I feel like my damage is so much lower as soon as we get down here. It would have been nice to group him with other bosses, but
I'm not ready yet.
that was my mistake.
I'm out of essence.
Okay, so he's dead. So now we might as well try to do the thingy.
I need more time.
Nah, I got that one.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I was trying to jump out of that. Let's get this, let's get him, let's get this. And can we gather all of them? Come over here, my pretties. Yes, I dodged the freeze thingy.
I need more time. I'm out of essence.
Yeah, that's easy. I don't know if I picked that up on the other one. 80 seconds to go. Let's see, can we gather them?
I need more time.
Nice. Just punch them up and explode them. Good. Okay, we're making good time here. I think maybe I need to ignore when there's only one of them. I think I'm spending too much time killing one.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, like so. I think that was a lot of wasted time doing that final guy. So we go down here, we do this and go out, I think. So if there's only one time boss thingy, then I'm gonna ignore him, or I'm gonna try to pull him along. So we have two here, and there's a third one down here, so we're gonna do them at the same time, and if we can pull these two, then we maybe can do 5 at a time.
I need more time.
Okay, we have 4 here. Hey Joseph, good to see you. It's been a while.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm doing good, thanks for asking. How are you? Just trying to finish the campaign. Hopefully we'll have it done soon. So we have this one, and then we have 2. Oops.
I need more time.
This is good. There's a bit more damage than I wanted to take. I would like them to come down here. Maybe I can gather them? No. Okay. Okay, so that's one guy left.
I'm not ready.
Don't die. I think I'm starting to understand how to outplay the Scarab.
I need more time.
Ah, this is annoying. Can you please die fast? Come on, Pips. Get him. This is so much wasted time.
Let me be your shield.
That's, we have this dude, we have here, we have there, so this is okay. So we can do this. But I would like to pull the other ones
I'm not ready.
closer. Doing great, no complaining. That's perfect, Joseph. Are you doing anything interesting these days? Any project or weekend plans, anything you're looking forward to? Okay, that was a lot of good damage right there. This doesn't give me time, so I think maybe we can abuse it and do this. So if I thought if I stood in there then it wouldn't count as time. Okay, then never mind. We'll move on. Just ignore these mobs.
I'm not ready yet.
There's one dude there. Just try to attack him and then pop it here. Would be really nice if he came in here with us.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, they're getting stacked now. Nice. Come on, yes. 80 seconds. We're not doing too poorly, not too shabby.
I'm not ready yet.
Yes, they got pulled in together. Nice. Just cover all the corpse explosions. What do I have left here? Is this spirit?
I need more time.
Okay, done. Move on. This guys. Oh, that's the exit. I think we want to just do the exit then. That's nothing good to do. Because if we run too far away, then we have to run back. And I'm not a fan of that. Just doing the usual stuff. Fair enough. Time expiration is no longer concerned from this point on. Defeat the district boss to complete the dungeon. Okay. So I think we could have gotten a better version of her or something like that if I had gotten more to do stuff. But I didn't know we only had to go through 3 levels, I think. What? How does that work? Jeez, this should sound like a great thing. What? So is green good? Is red good? Red is probably bad, right? So do I go green or do I go... I think I go greeny. I think that's like the lack of damage.
I need more time.
What is this? Do you hurt me? Or is this guy? I don't know. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Okay, we did it. Gotta go get some sleep. Thanks for tuning in, Fintus. Much appreciated. See you again tomorrow. Okay, so now we kind of did 2 in 1. Since I hadn't done this before. So I guess we just exit this. Oh, there's a stash here. That's an interesting choice. So we leave dungeon, I think. My finger is weirdly itchy. I have an itchy finger.
Good, you're here. Time is of the essence. Follow me.
Oh no, I don't think I want to do that. And how can you say time is of the essence and then you walk off like a tortoise? Get a move on, old man.
Ormus thanks you for your efforts. Now we must turn our attention outside of the walls of Kurast. There is an ancient force that you may already know. Mysterious, yes, but we would do well to make an ally of it.
Am I done with the campaign?
For the torments ahead,
was that really the end? Well, I was like, oh.
The Tree of Whispers.
I feel super cheated if we don't get a real fight against Mephisto. I don't know what to use my skill points on anymore. When a corpse is spawned from your skills or your minions fortify. Okay, that's quite good. Let's do that. Because all of this doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like the campaign. This just feels like go and figure out how the season things work. And like, sure, that's kind of fine, but Yeah. I'm just so disappointed that it ended so anticlimactic.
The spirits of Nahantu once frowned upon our gaze crossing their border, but the Lord of Hatred leaves new allies in his wake.
Arrogant head, what the fuck?
Whatever it is you desire.
Our bargain stands. We will set our gaze upon tainted Nahantu, and you will collect our debts.
Unlocked additional whispers, yeah, that's fine, but there's nothing new, man. Okay, so like, it's weird, but I guess the campaign is done, but it didn't really end with like a big confrontation and an explosion or anything like that. It's just fizzled out. It's like, oh yeah, we don't have anything else. It's so strange, man. I'm gonna look that up afterwards, but I think we need to conclude the campaign is done here, and if that's true, it is super fucking like anticlimactic. The story was actually getting interesting, and I was looking forward to fighting Mephisto, but all I got to fight was like a weird dog, and it was like, okay, it was like a very mid fight. It was fine, but not super exciting. And then it's just like, oh yeah, all of this has happened. Stay tuned for next time. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's a little bit frustrating. It's like a little bit tough teasing. Yeah, I really wish they would have made a better ending. So we're just killing random things. Oh, we need to kill the random ads. Okay, I get it. Oh shit.
I'm not ready.
That was a lot of sudden damage. What am I stuck in? So what is the purpose of this thing? Like, what is the story? It's just a big demon that spawns and then it just walks around until it gets angry.
I'm not ready yet.
I don't know. Come on.
I need more time.
It's just these rotting fights is not that fun as a necromancer because my pets will just be outside of range most of the time. I don't know why I popped ultimate. That was a little bit waste. There wasn't anything to attack. I think after this realm walk I'm gonna call it a day. I need to digest what has happened and that the campaign is over, but it didn't leave a satisfying end. Yeah, I might watch some videos to see if this is really the end, because it's so weird. Might see what other people are saying about it, just to get confirmation that, because we could keep doing like the deeds of the champion, but that just feels like a season introduction hidden as a campaign, which I know how seasons work, so I don't need to know that you can do the whispers and you have other random mechanics like hell sites and so on.
I'm not ready yet.
I don't know. I think this run walker mechanic is everything I like. Is everything I don't like fighting. I don't like random small batches of mobs. I don't like the moving combat. What is that? I like the old bosses better, like the big tank and spank, where you just have something that stands still and takes damage, and then you dodge random attacks here and there. Like now we're just not attacking anything, like the fuck. It's not spawning anything, so we cannot kill anything. Like how fun is that? So it's a very, what is it called? It's a very fixed pace kind of fight. Like you cannot do it faster and you cannot do it slower. Well, I guess you can do it slower. But this is just the pace of the fight. And it has predetermined times when it will spawn things that you can kill. And then this happens. So no matter how good you are or what gear you are, you cannot do it faster. So there's no reward for being insanely good, insanely well geared. Okay. So this was the end of it. Okay, finally. Seething Realm. What does that do? What is this? So now we go from a group activity to a single, like solo activity. I have no idea what is the purpose down here. Am I finding an end? Am I killing everything? I don't know, I feel like we could have done this better. So, I think Vessel of Hatred is like a mix between some things they've done well and some things they've done really weird. Okay. So I basically just keep going down or something until I can't anymore, I die or something.
I'm not ready yet.
Like it would have made sense if they had a little intro the first time you go into one of these. Like this is the purpose, this is the mechanics. I know they've shown it earlier, but I was doing the campaign, so why would I pay attention to that? Like this is like, it's now I want the info. Oh god. The treasure goblin is aggro. And then you just need to go, man. The treasure goblin waits for no man. I am no man. Okay, let's get him. Come on, guys. Can you please?
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, Jesus Christ. He was so close to getting out because I cannot attack him myself.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh my god, can you please pose the fucking goblin? That would be great. Okay. See, as soon as they focus him, he dies quite fast. But it's just really hard to get him to focus. Another Gogo. I think it's better that we just aggro him rather than wait for him to run away. I don't think I should be using my... Oh, come on, do something, guys.
I need more time.
Okay. You stopped him. You actually stopped him. It didn't look like it. I'm sorry for doubting you guys. Wait. Okay. Oh, he ran down here. Okay, I didn't see that. Why are there 2 poles? Is that different? Or is it just randomly generated, so if I didn't see one I could get the other? Nah. Oh, does that mean the other one? No, it was just gold, it's not that important. What is a seething rupture? Okay, oh loot. These chests are surprisingly annoying to click. You deal 10% damage in your time to... Nah. Nah, not gonna do that. Okay, so that was just a loot entrance panel. That's cool. The chest just needs to be easier to click, but overall a cool concept.
I need more time.
Yeah, pop these buggers. Easy. And is this... So this is a different area. So there was no mobs in the other one. So I don't really know what I can expect down here.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm so bad at dodging that. Okay, so that's the end of that one. That was less interesting than the loot one. Like just getting 3 elites is like, nah. If it was like Lilith or the Butcher or Neyrelle or Duriel or anything like that, it would be more interesting. But just random elites is boring.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
I'm not ready yet.
This guy is surprisingly tanky, it's quite crazy. Okay, can we get this through?
I need more time.
Mess him up, bro. Nice. Don't want to walk into that bullshit. Oh Jesus, there's a lot of loot. I don't have room for all of this. Each percent of your max life you heal beyond a grants me crit strike. Okay, you may now drink a healing potion while at full life. That's kind of fun. And okay, so I like my neck a lot better. It just has terrible. It rolled the percentages terribly. It should have done that better. Skills deal up to 8% increased damage based on my primary resource when cast. I don't cast skills. Receiving the max benefit while you have full primary. So this is a ring. Oh, this ring has huge stats. This is a huge upgrade just stat-wise. I think it's worth it even though we are losing the summoning damage. And that means this is probably worth it as well. 12% damage. No. Even though this is cool, but it's not worth it. Let's get rid of the blues. And this one is something we can read. What was it? I picked up something called Scrimshaw, didn't I? Oh well. And then this one. There we go. Oh, it has the exact same damage and so on. So Realm Cleanse, so we're done down here, okay. No. I don't know. 50% fun, 50% underwhelming. It's like... I wish they just did it more, you know? Like the chest area was really fun. Like more of that. Like, and then more mobs, more elites at the same time. Like just more. I want more, but they're like drip beating me these small engagements. Yeah. It would just be cool if you just got fucking overwhelmed with mobs and you were panicking and it was just the sheer size and the horde of it that was the problem. So, what is my verdict on Vessel of Hatred? I would not buy it. Like, I don't think it's worth 40 euro. I think it's a perfectly good expansion for 15 euro. Maybe. Maybe if you play the Spiritborn class, it's worth 15 to 20 euro, I would say. But since I don't care about the Spiritborn class, personally, I'm gonna remove that one from the equation because it's never gonna add value to me. I haven't gone into endgame yet, so I don't like now. It's just season content, in my opinion. Like what we're encountering now isn't really Vessel of Hatred content. It's just season content, and we should have gotten that whether or not we paid for the expansion. And I think you do, but I don't really know. The campaign, I think it built up, and then there was no real big climax. It just fizzled out. And they should have added like another... They should have added a Mephisto fight, a real Mephisto fight, another Mephisto dog fight. Like I don't... Fighting Mephisto's dog is a fine like sub boss or whatever, but it's not the main boss in a Mephisto expansion. Like, come on. So all it really did was they made us pay 40 euro to get a teaser of when we're gonna fight Mephisto. And I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. I think it's cheap. I think it's a bad move. It's a boring move. And these companions, I don't know. I never really noticed them helping us or him helping us. And I did only play with Raheir. So maybe that's why, but his story was okay in the beginning, but as soon as he became our companion, he just kind of disappeared from the limelight. Like, he didn't really have that much to say. He didn't comment that much. I didn't notice him doing the fighting or anything like that. He just went to the background, in my opinion. Seeing Akath and the spirit realm and so on, I wasn't that hooked. Like, it's not my cup of tea. I would rather see much more of Hell and that kind of thing. I think the spirit realm and the animals and so on, I don't know, it's not what I'm looking for in a Diablo game. It's too whimsical and too, I'm gonna say happy, but that's not the right word, but it's like, it's too different from the Diablo theme. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. And I was actually, so the first day I really hated it. The second day I was really enjoying it. And today I was really looking forward to it and I enjoyed it. But I just couldn't believe that the ending was come back again in the next expansion. You might fight a Mephisto, or like, let's figure out what Mephisto has been doing this entire expansion, and it's like, and it's only, I think, 8 to 9 hours of gameplay in the campaign for €40. I don't know, man. I think you can get so many other better games. I think you can get Space Marines 2, you can get Core Keeper, which I would recommend. You can almost get the cheapest version of Escape from Tarkov. I think you can get Baldur's Gate 3 for that price. And this is an expansion, you need the base game as well. Yeah, my recommendation is not a buy. Maybe if you have the base game and it goes on sale for €20, maybe get it. But for €40, I would stay away. Not worth it. I think I'm gonna see what other people are saying. Like, is there anything as my goal? Let's see. Wait, we all got baited. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Oh, it's mid.
Does that make sense? Yeah, it's convenient.
So let's see where he finishes the game. So this is the Mephisto fight. And this Mephisto dog fight, I don't even want to call it a Mephisto fight. I thought this was just like a teaser, like, oh, this is just the aspect of Mephisto, but wait until you fight the real Mephisto. And like, that's not this expansion. So I want his thoughts when he realizes that this is the end. And this was...
We should have tortured him.
Yeah.
We should have tortured him for the information.
True.
He picked
Why do we do that?
He knew he wouldn't win. Bringing Mephisto into the vault nearly killed him. And when it didn't, he asked us to finish him. To end his pain.
You're sure this is the right move? Letting him go?
I know how it feels. To carry the guilt of hurting someone. And I know too well what it's like to wrestle with the Lord of Hatred.
Yeah.
Eru made the only choice he thought he could. It's infuriating. It's crushing.
I can see he's not enjoying it either.
Done the worst he can do to us.
Remember D2?
Let him wrestle with himself now.
He's dead.
That's what Akath would want. If we kill him, we rob him of the choice to be better.
Torture him.
It's time we return.
What? What? Wait, what? No.
It might have something, anything that could
cut off his arms, his legs. You can stab him. Like, there's so many ways. I mean, half of the fucking decorations in the game are torture devices. What do you mean? I feel like this is what you use them for, right?
At least I'm not the only one disappointed with the ending. It's like,
yeah, rip out his nails. There's
how
so
can
many
that
options.
be the ending? And it doesn't feel like an
To
ending.
walk a
It just
different
feels like,
path.
oh, we stopped writing the story here. It's not like the story ended here, but it's like, oh yeah, we didn't have time to make more. This is what you're gonna get.
Okay, let's go walk the different path.
Just gonna skip a little bit.
Remember it sometimes, but then it's gone. Like you never sang it at all. Maybe everything before Mephisto is distant. A dream that turned out to be my life. I remember she loved me. And that's enough. It needs to be
It's like too soft and it's too bland of an ending.
Knowledge. The vault's bound to have something we can use against Mephisto. Let's go.
Okay. Let's go. See, this is where the original game went.
Left his workbench a mess. Again.
And this is also just pointless and
Let's
like
take a look around.
it feels like
He may have left
useless
something
that you
useful
just
behind.
walk around clicking things and then she comments
left a
them.
letter for you.
Laura's left a letter for you, you big fucking
I
whoop.
thought he might.
It's like they're trying to pull on some member
There's one over
berries
here. Note to
that,
self.
that you don't really have any connection on nostalgia for. Like you don't want to know more about the Diablo 4 base game because it was so bland.
Yeah, that's what the other guy said.
I recognize this. But what changes?
To believe a friend. Brava's behind
Neyrelle across.
the vast my life. Doris.
Let's hear what Prava has to say.
Over to there. Let's see what he is.
A wanderer and a heretic.
Yes.
And hers.
I'm just skipping all of the semi-boring parts.
Such a chill, and so near the hearth. Hands, but
Prava, would you have us beg forgiveness?
perhaps someday. But in this moment, I only ask for peace.
Like this also makes no real sense because at no point did it really matter we were at war with the church. Like it didn't feel like it was a big part of the story. It didn't mean that we couldn't go into any cities or anything like that. It didn't affect any fucking thing that the church was against us. This is a completely non-issue. Nothing is being solved here. We weren't locked out of the capital. We weren't being like the knights that came and attacked us from the church. They might as well have been any other kind of minions. It didn't make a difference. So all like this ending where saying, oh, we can be at peace. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't change anything. Like, at no point did it affect me that we were at war. If we were at war. Like, I just know that Urivar guy, he aggroed us and we killed him quite easily. That's it. Like, but he might as well have been a demon. It made no fucking difference. And that's the problem with this storyline. Like, it makes no fucking difference whatever happens here, or a lot of the things. And they want us to care about it, but they haven't built up the connection, they haven't built up the story and like the reasons, and they haven't made it matter to the player. This is like reading my English reports from 5th grade. It is superficial, it's bland, and it's just jumping ahead with no build-up and no detail or anything. This is the difference between like watching Game of Thrones season 6 and 7 and watching season 1 to 3. Like it's completely different. You care about season 1 to 3, you don't give a shit about season 6 to 7.
Foundation of our faith. Urivar's actions tore those cracks asunder. If
Who
the
cares?
cathedral is to survive.
Who cares if the cathedral survives? We haven't seen it make any fucking difference. We've been down in a jungle. Like, this doesn't matter at all to us. We've interacted not at all with the church and nowhere where the church had influence. We've been in a fucking jungle, man. Like, this doesn't matter. This shouldn't be the wrap-up. This shouldn't be the ending.
It will need my full attention. And even though you no longer carry the stone, you are not relieved. The threat of the Lord of Hatred remains.
So we didn't even do anything?
Yes.
Exactly. We didn't do any fucking thing. Nothing matters. And nothing is wrapped up. And nothing has changed. Like, the only thing we've done is save Neyrelle. And that's a character I could give less of a shit about. We've saved a wet blanket, essentially. That's what we've done. Woo. But we've killed a god to do it. So is it really worth it? We're actually worse off after playing this campaign than we were before we started it. So not only we've killed Akath, he didn't have to die. We killed some other dude. He was corrupted. He had to die. Fair enough. And then we've saved Neyrelle, but then we've doomed Marka and we've killed Eru, or Eru is now fucked. So all in all, we are way worse off than when we started. Like, we just fucked up this entire campaign. Nothing is better now. And we haven't wrapped up anything. We haven't gotten to a big conclusion. We haven't gotten to a satisfying end. We have just wasted our fucking time. $40. Thank you very much.
Yes, it does.
This is all for nothing.
Then we have a shared enemy. Let our feud be over. In time, when word spreads, you, all of you, will be friends of the church once more. I swear it.
Yeah, wait till second expansion. Minus $40.
Okay.
Yep.
May the Father's light shine on us all.
Okay. What now?
Yeah.
A friend of the
Exactly.
church.
What now?
Lorath won't know what to do with himself. Are you okay?
Yes. I was just thinking about something Eru told me once. Because it's the...
This is also complete bullshit. Like, this annoys me. Like, you must remember the home you saved. Hold it close to your breast because it's the only thing you have. We have no fucking home. We have never cared about home. We don't really know where we come from. We have not built up any story or any relationship to any home. This is meaningless words that means to be profound, but there's no foundation to build them on. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fill me with joy. It doesn't give me a great sense of purpose. It is just pointless words. That sounds good on paper, but because you haven't built them up and made them real or give them weight, they fall flat and they're a waste of time.
The only thing you have.
You have saved more than one home, my friend. Not everything he told you was a lie.
Why did he do it? Did we push him to this?
No, this is on Mephisto.
And
I know
notice
how
how
he
this
works.
conversation is so stilted and unnatural. Like,
He
it's not
shows us
two
truths
people
so
talking together.
deep and
It's one
terrifying
voice actor
that it
talking
makes
into a
us question
microphone.
our choices.
And another
Ourselves.
voice actor talking to a microphone, and with just unnatural
If he can
pauses
make
in
us
between
hate
the
who we are,
conversation.
his work is nearly done.
It's because he's bad.
That's what he's
Mephisto's
been doing to
bad.
us all this time.
Real bad.
But it didn't work on you. And because of that, I am free of the stone. And we are standing here together, ready to face whatever
Yay.
comes next.
Neyrelle, promise me
Now we
something.
have Neyrelle, the one who's been useless for both campaigns.
When we find Mephisto, you let me be the one to kill him.
And I think they're supposed to sound cool, but it just sounds cringe. I don't know.
We are all villains in someone else's story.
I'm looking forward to seeing how he's gonna react when he figures out this is the end. And there's nothing left.
We've all made hard choices to protect what we love. Choices that seem necessary, even
I think he's
righteous
trying to
in the moment.
progress it.
But the Lord of Hatred excels
Or
at turning
process
the
it.
blade of righteousness back into our guts just to hear us scream. The choices we made in hell had aftershocks we are only now beginning to understand. How would history paint us for the path we'd taken? How would it paint Eru?
He's obviously wrong.
Eru made his choice out of love and despair.
Yeah.
I can hate him and still understand why he did it.
I don't understand why he did
how
it. Like,
it made him the devil.
there was no build-up, there was no reasoning. He wasn't really that troubled. Like, I was like, oh, why do you bring this? Oh, okay, never mind. We got this together, bro. Like, okay, I'm gonna betray you now. Like, it wasn't really a natural progression. It didn't make a lot of sense. It was just very forced.
Devil's perfect tool. Another twist to the
This
blade of
fucking
righteousness.
Mephisto.
Perhaps Eru believed it was all worth it. Nahantu and the spirit realm were spared from Mephisto's touch. But that only meant they were cursed to watch the rest of the world wither.
Like, why would Mephisto...
The age of hatred to come.
Like, why would Mephisto honor that deal? There's no reason for him to do it. He could just be like, oh yeah, I lied. I'm gonna fuck up Nahantu as well. Like, there's nothing binding him to it. It's not like there's a contract police that's gonna hunt him down and force him to leave Nahantu alone. Like, it's not gonna work, man.
Come.
I don't even know what I would rate this game, like this campaign. Because you need to consider the price.
That's the guy.
And considering nothing
Wait,
happened.
we know where that is. We were there. Oh.
Akath, beloved shepherd of
And
the
I don't know. Now we get to kill corrupted Jesus in 2 years for another 40 euros. And at that point, I've spent almost 200 euros on Diablo because I bought the 100 euro pack for the base game.
Now the wolf shall rise anew.
And when did Mephisto become a wolf? I don't remember that being mentioned in Diablo 2 or 3 at all. I could be wrong, please correct me if I am. But yeah, it just feels like a weird aspect to give him this animal aspect. It's completely unnecessary.
In the guise of man,
and if that is not a demon Jesus, I don't know what is.
and there will be no salvation in the light.
That looked cool enough, but now we should go fight him. Now we should go and finish it. But then it's just like, oh, we're done.
Hail, Wanderer.
What do you want?
I was sent by Ormus. He asks that you visit him.
Wonder how.
He has need of your skills.
Wonder if,
Okay.
like, it looked like he's
where's
gonna.
Ormus?
It looked like Asmongold is gonna catch a lot faster than that. This was the end, and I just couldn't believe it was the end. I felt like we really need to go and kill Mephisto because otherwise this expansion doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's down here.
Off we go again.
Is that the end? I'm gonna try to finish the. Well, I think it's probably a couple of like prologue quests. That's what I'm kind of assuming.
Let's see when he picks up. Like I'm
What do you
curious.
need?
Almost sees you.
Because
He sees all
he has
the
to pick
good
up a
you
little
have
faster than
done,
I did.
and that you are desperate to pursue the Lord of Hatred. But Mephisto's plans have yet to be revealed.
We just watched the cinematic though.
The threat he poses is no longer an immediate one. Ormus and Nahantu have need of you.
And what do you mean the threat Mephisto poses isn't an immediate threat? Like, he's a prime evil, he's gonna fuck up the entire world. Of course it's an immediate threat, like what the fuck?
Eru's betrayal
And do you think waiting to let him gather power is better?
is a fresh wound, but others have been harmed by his actions. Not only did we lose Maka, may her soul find peace, but Eru was a revered elder. The people of Nahantu grieve all they have lost. Nahantu needs to remember Hope, friend. They need a hero. Ormus asks, what is a hero without those who push them to be heroic? You must gather your allies.
I cannot take any character who speaks of themselves in the third person as a wise character. It's always like, as always, they're a little mentally slow when you speak of yourself in the third person. And having this old like lead of the council do that, it just feels wrong.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. We beat it.
Yeah.
I mean, so there were some high points, right? There definitely were high points for this.
They weren't that high, but there were some points that were better than others, but I'm not sure you can call them high points, just higher points.
Story, like, I think that it was cool when, like, they opened the way with the water. That was cool.
Yeah.
I think the only interesting character was that Urivar guy. I think he was cool. I feel like all the rest of them were pretty much, like, just boring. Urivar? Yeah, Urivar. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Urivar was cool enough. But he played such a small role, and like, I don't know, they just had all of these random story pieces and none of them really connected together and none of them made a difference. Like, it wasn't one cohesive story. Like, this is some really bad writing.
I think, like, most people don't really play D4 for, like, the story. And I would say that the campaign, like, that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, for sure.
Yeah, don't play Diablo 4 for the story because you will just be disappointed. So I think I just want to show this, and then I think we're done with watching Asmon, but I feel like I agree with a lot of his feelings on the game, but let's refresh this. I don't think Diablo, like, I don't think Vessel of Hatred is a financial success. Because you can see, like, beforehand they had 40,000 players on Steam. I think a lot of the more hardcore and dedicated players will be on Battle.net, so the numbers can look vastly different, but I just want to see if they had this many players in the normal season, right? 40,000, 33,000, and that's good. That's good numbers. It's not bad at all. But the expansion only brought in like 10,000 more players. Like, is that really the hype you have for this expansion? You increase the player percentage with 25%, essentially from this peak, and from this is higher. But still, like, almost 33% here. It's just such a low number. Oh, is this October 7? No, it's because I'm looking at it so far ahead, right? Yeah. So you have 45,000, 47,000, 49,000. So it's getting higher and higher the closer we get to the weekend. Maybe releasing on a Tuesday was a terrible fucking idea. Who could have guessed? But it's just not impressive numbers. Like, considering it's a whole new expansion. People should be lining up to play this shit out of this. People should be so fucking psyched. And they're bringing in a 30% increase of player numbers. That's bad. That's really, really bad.